It's back. Bigger. Better. And better. It's Black History Month, the sequel, a 28-day celebration of black exploitation films. The great thing about blaxploitation movies is that they come in all forms. Sure, they have themes and characters that are repeated regularly, but for every pimp or naked woman, there's always a movie with some substance sprinkled in there. Across 110th Street is one of those movies with substance. There's an argument I've seen that Across 110th Street shouldn't be lumped in with the rest of the black exploitation movies of the 70s because it takes itself more seriously. I mean, there's no pimps, no super Negroes, barely any nudity. Just who does this movie think it is trying to be all clean? I disagree with that assessment though. Just because a movie has substance doesn't mean it doesn't fit in blaxploitation. I know the name carries negative connotations, but it's produced some great films. If Willie Dynamite can be considered blaxploitation, then so can Across 110th Street. If The Spook Who Sat by the Door fits in, then so does Across 110th Street. I think you can understand what I'm saying. Whatever you want to classify it as, the movie itself is excellent. Across 110th Street is about three guys who decide to rob a criminal operation of $300,000. The criminals doesn't just include the mafia, but some high-ranking members of a black crime organization also. These dudes don't care. They just want the money to go along with their balls of steel. The heist is planned and organized by Jim Harris, played by Paul Benjamin. He's a fantastic actor who you might recognize from Do the Right Thing, The Five Heartbeats, and Rosewood. Oh, Rosewood. I get angry every time I watch that. It'll be a minute before I get to that one. The money heist goes terribly wrong. I mean, they get the money, but in the process they kill 7 people. 3 black guys, 2 white Italians, and 2 white cops. The racists are important because that's what sets this movie above your usual 70s exploitation. The name itself is about the dividing racial line between Harlem and Central Park. That's the equivalent of the other side of the train tracks in the South. I like the way it uses race to drive the motivations. The mob wants the guys who took the money found so that they can teach them a lesson and put everybody else on notice. They don't even want the money back. The black crime group wants them found too, but not from any loyalty to the mafia. They can't stand each other, despite them having to work together, and the black leader feels like they should run the whole town themselves. Then there's the cops, who themselves are split on the issue. A young black lieutenant named William Pope, played by Yaphet Kotto of Alien fame, does everything by the book and wants them found with good old-fashioned police work, which puts him at odds with the old-school Captain Frank Mattelli, played by Anthony Quinn, who does things, the old-fashioned way.
I'm gonna get me a lawyer and then stick him dead on your ass!
It's less about Pope being black and more about Mattelli feeling he's being squeezed out because of his age. They both want the same thing though, and it's fun seeing them try to work together to get to the money thieves before everybody else does. That's what makes this movie so good. The cat and mouse game between the 3 different groups, trying to not only find these 3 guys, but also work through racial tensions during a time when black people were becoming fed up with their status in life. That's the whole motivation for Jim Harris and his crew to steal the money in the first place. Like he says, he's just a poor janitor and a 45-year-old ex-con with nothing to lose. He puts his soul into this role, and you really feel him despite him being a bit of an anti-hero.
Look at me! You're looking at a 42-year-old ex-con nigger with no schooling, no trade, and a medical problem. Now, who the hell would want me for anything but washing cars or swinging a pick? You gotta get your mind out of that white woman's dream.
You really want to see them get away with it, and the movie gets props for building up that tension masterfully. Especially when you see that not every member of the crew is laying low. Who says this isn't a blaxploitation film? It has Antonio Fargas. It wouldn't be one without him. It even has Gloria Hendry, a staple in these films. What more can I say about Across 110th Street? It keeps you on the edge the whole way through, all the way to its exciting and unexpected ending. I like these kinds of movies that show that not every black exploitation movie should be placed in a box like they're all the same. You never know what you could be missing.